In this week's Mental Health Tips, we're talking about what happens when we call 911 in the middle of a mental health crisis. Hi, I'm Angela. I have a husband with bipolar 2 disorder, my kids have ADHD, and I myself have struggled with depression. You're not alone. So you've called 911 and they're on their way to respond to your crisis. It's important to remember that if you don't feel safe at any time, you should leave immediately. The unknown can be really scary for anyone, so let's kind of look at what you can expect. Number one, 911 will dispatch both law enforcement and first responders. Number two, once they arrive, they're in control and in charge of what happens next. They'll decide if it can be resolved or if it would be best to take your loved one to the emergency room. Number three, they may even handcuff and transport your loved one to the hospital to be evaluated. Number four, make sure you give the officers as much concise information as possible. You'll want to know what medications your loved one's on, the diagnosis, a hospitalization history, previous attempts at suicide, criminal charges, or violence. And at the same time, tell them when there has been no history of violence. If it's decided that the ER is the best option, some preparation would be really helpful. So first, you want to bring anything that you think would be really, just a comfort to your loved one. Maybe something like a favorite blanket or games or books, maybe music or basic grooming comforts. Number two, bring all relevant medical information, medications, diagnosis, names and contact information for doctors, and history of treatment is also really key. NAMI put together a portable treatment record document, and I'll attach that PDF in the notes below. The officers may decide that a crime has occurred and take the person to jail. You can be clear and respectful that you see the situation as a mental health crisis, but don't interfere. That'll only make things worse. You will always have the opportunity to call a mental health professional for further support on how to help your loved one in this situation. It's important to remember that this isn't some kind of pat answer, and there really isn't a one-size-fits-all in these difficult situations. These are hard and painful times, but we can rest in the truth that God promises us in Isaiah 43:2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. God is with us, even in the most difficult times. We're not alone, and we will not be overcome. What has been the greatest strength to you in your times of crisis? Comment below. I would love to hear from you. And a big thank you to His Heart Foundation for supporting this channel. If you want more in-depth mental health information for you and those you love, check out mentalhealth.academy today.
Are you or someone you love or work with struggling with depression? One of the biggest things keeping you from a thriving relationship with them is understanding what depression really is. Have you found yourself asking Google or reading blog after blog, trying to figure out how depression is affecting you or the person you care about? But there just seems to be either too much information or it's like reading a college textbook from a psych student. This need is why we at His Heart Foundation created Mental Health Academy, a place where we give you the big picture understanding of what depression is through video courses featuring Christian counselors who specialize in depression. We know and understand that a clear picture of depression will give you the confidence and comfort in your depression or in the person you care about. After taking this course, you will have a new confidence in yourself and in working with those who have depression, and you will see your relationships soar.